Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily. This vlog is a very special one to me. I am a registered nurse and have been for the past few years, and I've spent the past 2.5 years in a women's health nurse practitioner master's program. I recently graduated from Georgetown with this degree back in May, and this vlog is me taking my board exam. This is my certification exam to become a women's health NP, to be board certified, and I'll go ahead and tell you that I did pass, and this is my process of preparing for the exam, taking it, and then opening my results. I hope you enjoy. Good morning.
What are
you doing?
Seeing the sunrise.
Yeah. Today, let's go become a nurse practitioner. Fit check. Nerdy university shirts.
What?
So pretty.
Emily's gonna kill it! Kill the test, that is.
Watch me shine. Yeah. Kill it. Yeah. And actually, that's not what we do in healthcare. Well,
Emily's gonna live it!
Gonna live it. Save all the babies and mommies. Yeah. Today, I am becoming a women's health nurse practitioner, a WHNP, a women's health NP. I'm wearing my Georgetown University shirt because that's where I have attended the past 2.5 years. And it is very weird. I'm feeling very reflective and just nostalgic this morning. Here, I'm gonna fix my camera real quick. You're getting no makeup Emily at 6:30 in the morning. Hurrah, unfiltered thoughts. Yeah, we are feeling very reflective and nostalgic. I did not sleep great last night, so that's a thing. Oh, also, hello, if you're new here, my name is Emily Grinstead, technically, legally, McGettis, because that's my new married last name, because we got married on New Year's Eve to my sweet husband, Justin, and we are living our life in Durham, North Carolina. We're both 27, we're figuring out newlywed life as Christians, life in our respective fields with friends and health, and just all of the things that come with being newly married in your late 20s. So that's why we're starting this video by saying, today I become a women's health nurse practitioner. And that is so weird to say. It's so sweet because I have dreamed of this for so long. If you have watched my channel for a bit, particularly if you've watched my nursing videos, you've seen me over the years becoming a nurse, starting my different nursing jobs. I became a nurse really at the end of 2020, but I guess technically I didn't get my license conferred upon me until the beginning of 2021. So a little over 3 years, about 3.5 years now. Pretty much exactly, actually. And I have worked exclusively in women's health. So I started off in gynecologic oncology or GYN oncology, women's cancer. I was telling Justin just like 30 minutes ago as we were watching the sunrise that I started off taking care of women at the end of the lifespan. Not all of our patients were dying, but a lot of them were on the cancer unit. And now I am starting as a nurse practitioner at the very, very beginning, helping women to conceive. And I just think that's such a beautiful story of starting my nursing career with women, still dealing with women's health issues at the end of their life. And I learned so much from that job. I still loved my time so much. It's just not where I see myself as a nurse practitioner, as a provider. And then working my way through different jobs and different academic trajectories and different classes and realizing, okay, I want to do this at an outpatient level. I have a huge heart and passion for fertility, particularly natural approaches to both infertility and different women's health issues. And just discovering such a love there and finding my niche ethically and figuring out what I believe and how that looks in my work and in the types of people I interact with and the things that I'm comfortable doing and not doing and the work that I'm excited about, and really ultimately landing at this what seems perfect to me, at least right now, what I really love and I'm passionate about, which is more natural approaches to women's health. And so this just feels like such a big moment. And of course, there's all the pressure of the exam and the nerves and whatnot. And again, like, did not sleep great last night. I had some weird dreams about it all. I'm mostly just feeling really sentimental. It's wild. It's been a good chunk of my 20s, has been as a nurse and pursuing this NP degree, and now we're finally here and I'm taking my boards in 2.5 hours. Okay, my battery just died, so I'm not quite sure where we left off, but I did want to give a little poppy pause, even though this is coffee and not poppy, and say that I finally, after 3 or 4 years of having this YouTube channel, got new batteries and SD cards that I have backup. So when my camera dies while filming, I can just go grab a fully charged battery from my little battery pack and replace it. And same thing with memory cards. So that's a purchase that I didn't realize was as cheap as it was on Amazon. I think I got three backup batteries and a charger for like $20, and then an SD card for probably another $20. And considering how much my camera costs, like hundreds, now I've had this channel for years. I cannot believe I didn't do that sooner. So anyways, just took 2 seconds to replace that battery, and now we're back and rolling. Anyways, I'm just feeling so reflective and really grateful and just in awe of story and this journey and just how God has woven so many things together to get me to this moment, and different passions over the years and struggles and experiences and all the things, to where this feels more monumental than graduation. This graduation was all the fanfare, and of course if I didn't get the degree, I wouldn't be able to even sit for this exam, and so that was a huge deal for sure. But this feels like the actual culmination of everything, because if I don't pass this exam, I can't be licensed. So yeah, this is just a really, really big deal. Let me back up and just tell you a little bit of what it takes to become a nurse practitioner. So if you are at all familiar with the NP world, I'm not going to go into like what a nurse practitioner is and all of that. I just assume you already know that, but I'm practicing here in the United States, so it's a little bit different country to country, but within the US there are different scopes of practice for nurse practitioners depending on what state that you're in. I will be working very closely with the OBGYN who owns and runs the clinic where I'll be working, because I don't want to be practicing in a silo. I never want to my whole career, but I am really thankful that I do get to practice to my full scope of my training, but I'll also have a really, really, really close working relationship with the MD who is going to be training me. So in a way, when I start out, it will be kind of similar to those states where you do have to have a collaborative practice agreement and you don't have like full scope, full independent practice. And I'm okay with that, especially starting out and learning a very new specialty. Like granted, I have all of this interest and I've been doing continuing education in natural holistic women's health and fertility. The majority of the stuff that I'm going to be doing day to day, I actually didn't learn in school. It's pretty subspecialized for a new grad. And so I'm going to be learning a lot from her, and I am so grateful for that. So I'm very okay with that starting out. Okay, but becoming an NP, you have to have your master's or your doctorate. I just finished my master's, so my Master of Science in Nursing. I had my bachelor's, a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, as well as Bachelor of Arts, which is not necessary to become a nurse or an NP, but I was a little late to the game in figuring out I even wanted to be a nurse, so I do have 3 degrees now. You can get your doctorate to become an NP as well. I just didn't see myself becoming a professor or a researcher or anything, and so I stayed with the master's, which I'm very thankful for. I do not see myself going to get a doctorate at this point in my life, but who knows. And so you have to complete your master's, have certain educational requirements as well as clinical requirements based on your specialty and your specialty organization. So for women's health nurse practitioners, we have to meet a certain number of clinical hours in different settings and meet clinical competency as well. You can't just show up to clinical and like not know how to do a pap smear, not know how to do a biopsy and things like that. You have to be proficient in these things. Of course, you need to pass your classes, pass your exams, pass your comprehensive exam at the end of the semester, graduate successfully, complete all your clinical requirements, as I mentioned, stay compliant with HIPAA and all of the competencies to even be in clinical throughout your program. And then you do have to sit for your certification exam in your specialty. So for women's health nurse practitioners, we have something called the National Certification Corporation. The NCC is the organization that puts on our exam. And so once we pass that exam, we become certified or board certified, BC. Similar to OBGYNs and other medical professionals, you have to take boards to be board certified. So technically, I'm a women's health nurse practitioner. I can't practice in most states unless I am board certified. I'm honestly not sure what states wouldn't have that be a requirement, because it's a competency check, right? It's making sure that I didn't just like, you know, get C's in my program and pass. Like, I need to make sure that you are competent. So that's what I'm telling myself this exam is going to be about: safety and basic entry to practice. It's still going to be probably really hard, but it's not going to be the like most impossible test ever, because so much of being a medical provider is the difference between what's your walking around knowledge, they say, like things you should have memorized and know, versus what's your lookup information. So knowing which antibiotics to prescribe for which pathogen for a certain disease presentation is really important, but then knowing the dose and the timing and all of that is more of your lookup information. Like you might have a general idea of, oh, I prescribe around 500 milligrams of this antibiotic. It depends on the person, on their presentation of symptoms, duration of illness, the other health conditions they have, medications they're taking, etc. And so that's more of your lookup information. So I'm not going to be asked like, what's the dose of this antibiotic for this person kind of thing. It's going to be more of like, what's the antibiotic? What's the education to provide them around contraindications, adverse reactions, ways to take it, things like that. So that is definitely more comforting for me, but I digress. So once I pass this, I have to submit all of my things to whatever state I want to practice in, and that's where I pursue licensure. So I technically, I guess, can't practice yet, even after passing boards. It's a whole long drawn out process. Like I have to resubmit like my boards and my nursing license and my school documents and all of that for them to actually license me. And so that'll be a whole like summer long process. A little expensive and time consuming, but important to have. And then once that's all in, I can start work. Okay, you're probably bored of me talking at this point. I'm gonna go have a quiet time and just pray, read my Bible, journal, chill for a little bit, but this was nice to process with you guys. And then we will check back in a little bit later. I've got, about an hour and 45 minutes until I need to be logged in, because of my exam, I'm signed up to take it at 9, but they want you available 30 minutes before is like what they recommend. I did this whole test of my computer last night that I don't think I showed, just because it's kind of boring, honestly, but I am taking it online at home. I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah, actually, let's pause and let me explain that. So you can take this exam at a testing center. I actually didn't realize this until a couple weeks ago, is that they have an option to take a live proctored test at home. So y'all, I will be taking it literally at my desk, right over there where I have done the majority of my training, where I have taken my online classes, where I've taken pretty much all of my exams. And that is truly just such a comfort to me to be able to take this last big exam in the comfort of my own home. Hopefully my brain will be able to recall the information better, being in the place where I have first learned it and then studied it over the years. I know that's a thing in the literature. And so I am just so excited and feel very grateful to even be able to take it at home, because in a testing center, you aren't able to account for all of the external factors that could distract you, like someone snacking gum or, coughing or talking or whatever. I get very overstimulated really easily. And so being in a quiet home where I am comfortable and can have a blanket on me and all the things will just be so, so nice. Okay, now we're gonna go have our quiet time and we will check back in a little bit. Okay, so I actually just made a little breakfast that I can have while I have my quiet time. And it's plain whole milk Greek yogurt, this random like gluten-free granola cereal mix from Trader Joe's. Honestly, I don't really know what's in it, but it looked yummy. And then I chopped up an apple and got a scoop of peanut butter. So hopefully this will hold me over for a good while. I'm freaking out a little bit. Not freaking out, I just feel like nauseous, nervous, nauseous. I don't know. Just went on like a 5-10 minute walk, took my contacts out, put my glasses on, put on a sweatshirt. I just feel like I'm gonna throw up a little bit in my mouth, if you know what I mean. It is 8:18. They said to get on about 30 minutes before, so we have about 12 minutes to get confident. So I'm gonna sit here and do a little brain warm up by just flipping through my review book for a couple minutes, and then I think we'll listen to some pump up music maybe. Justin just left to go to work. We prayed about the exam, had my quiet time, feeling okay. Texted the parents, they've been praying. Yeah, it is what it is. Just feel my heart racing. I'm trying not to drink too much water or coffee right before, because I can't get up to go to the bathroom, and so I can't pee, poop, any of that. I can't drink water during the exam. So we're gonna be a dehydrated, constipated girly during this test. It's gonna be great. Yeah, we'll see how we feel after. Okay, you guys, it is almost 8:30. I don't even know if I watched. Okay, never mind. But it's 8:28, I believe. And I'm gonna get set up into their secure live proctoring system. They do have someone watching me. I'll have my computer camera on, microphone, everything. They have to do a body scan of me, a 360-degree room scan, and then a desk scan. That's why everything is off of my desk. And I've got like towels and blankets covering my textbooks and stuff, and everything's put away. So there's no chance of them thinking I'm cheating, which of course would not happen, but they have to do that because I'm not in a controlled testing environment. So this is as close as I can replicate the actual testing environment if I were to go to like a testing center in person. So I'm gonna log on and do all that. I've got some coffee and some water to sip on, but I will not be able to have access to those things during the exam. I also took off any jewelry. I just have my silicone bands on, no watch. They have to like see my tattoo, my jacket, everything. I might even be asked to take the jacket off, but it's just my university sweatshirt. So we will see. I'll check in with you guys after the exam. Of course, I can't get any clips of like logging in or taking the exam, obviously, but we will check in after. I will not have my results for a week, so you're not going to get a live reaction, but I'm thinking for this vlog, I'll put me opening my results and passing, because I will pass. I am going to pass at the end of this vlog. So hopefully that's what this vlog is going to be. If not, if I fail, I probably won't even share this part of the vlog. We'll see. But anyways, you can skip ahead to that and see results. I'm excited to watch this vlog once I get to open results next week and I get to pass and see that I am a nurse practitioner. Oh my gosh, pray for me. Whew. Okay, let's go do it. Oh my gosh, we're done. Okay, I finished like 10 minutes ago. Ish. About 10 minutes ago. I've just been texting Justin and my parents, and I feel pretty good about it overall. I don't get my score right away. I think I told you guys I should get it like online via email in about a week or so, and then in 2 to 3 weeks they mail you a full score report of what categories you performed well in and which ones you could improve on and topics to work on and things like that, which is really helpful. But it was overall like easier than I expected. Like I felt well prepared. I was like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with these types of questions. This feels like a test I would take at school. It felt like comps. But I was surprised at the breakdown of questions. Like, I won't go into details because I'm not allowed to, because if someone's watching who's going to take it, I obviously can't talk about the test. But there was just like emphasis on certain things I wasn't expecting. But they have an exam breakdown. Like they tell you, oh, 30% primary care, 30% GYN, 30% OB kind of thing. But yeah, I just didn't feel distributed like that. But maybe the questions that were harder for me stood out, and so it felt like there were more in that category. I don't know. It was harder in some ways with the certain questions that were just kind of weird, but I think those could have been the research questions, because I think I mentioned that they have 25 extra questions in there that are like test questions that they're just trying to get data on, and they don't count those towards your score. And so there are 25 I can just miss that don't count for anything. And then obviously I can miss a lot more than that just because I don't have to get 100 on this exam. I think, honestly, there's not a certain score. It's like a proficiency in categories type of thing. So I don't know, I need to score probably like an 85 or something. And yeah, so I feel good about it, remembering that there are 25 throwaway questions, because I definitely missed some of those. And obviously you can't tell which ones are like the throwaway research questions, but some of them were like very odd and harder than expected. Like things I wouldn't have to know, like things I'd be able to look up. I was like, this feels a little too advanced. And I think they could have been the research questions. So yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I passed. Like I feel good about it enough to feel like I passed, but I still, like there's some things I immediately went and Googled. Like I think I missed one and I got two that I wasn't sure about right. And I haven't looked up more than those three, but yeah, it's done, and I don't really know what to do with myself. It took me about 2 hours. There were 175 questions. I'm a really fast test taker, and so I was like done in like an hour, 15 minutes or something, but I took a lot of time going back through the ones I had flagged. I flagged anything I was like remotely unsure about. So I had like probably 50 to go through, and then there were like 20 or so, like 15, 20 that was like, I'm genuinely unsure about these of the 175, and I like spent a while kind of churning through those. It was like maybe 15 to 25, somewhere in there that I was like spinning about, and I got to like the last 4 or 5 that I just totally guessed on, because I was like, I have no idea. Maybe 10 that I totally guessed on, to be honest. Anyways, yeah, it's done. I'm getting texts from friends and whatnot. Very glad it's over. I have to wait a week now, so I'll see you guys in a week when we open our results. Oh boy. guys, Justin just told me to come up to the 7th floor of the parking garage. I think he has a surprise for me. I was supposed to come help him with groceries, but let's go see what it is. Good morning vlog. I don't know where this is gonna be, but it is Wednesday, right? July 19th, Juneteenth? Happy Juneteenth. I woke up to passing my boards this morning.